Hi, I'm Daniel Foley, and I'm the author of 7 Dates with Jesus, Crossing Over into Abundant Life. In this video, I want to talk to you about sharing your vision. So have you ever been in a place where you're just excited, you're full of joy, and you're just full of ambition because you've got a new revelation or a new idea or a new vision for your life, and you're excited to go share that with everybody that you meet. But then you go share it, and people are like, who do you think you are? Or, that vision's crazy, or that's impossible, that could never be done. I've went through that myself. In my book, 7 Dates with Jesus, I tell the story about how I got this vision from God for my business, how we're going to make some changes in the business, how we're going to transform it. And I went in and I shared it with my team, with my staff, and then I thought everything was great. The next day, one of my employees gave me her 2 weeks notice the very next day. And I'm like, wow, that was not what I was expecting. And I've heard stories, I've got friends who have told me, they made vision boards and they're excited to go out and show it to everybody, and then the people just kind of give them a hard time about their vision board. Who do you think you are? Why would you put that on your vision board? All these types of things. In the book, my book, 7 Days with Jesus, we talk about the importance of developing a vision for your life. You need a big vision from God, a big purpose, something that's bigger than yourself that you should be working towards in your everyday life. Now, when you get that, it's going to be big. When you get a vision from God, it's going to be big and it's going to appear impossible. So what I want to tell you is when you go out and you start to share that with people, be careful who you share it with, because not everybody's going to be ready for it. A lot of people just have negative mental attitudes. They're pessimistic about everything. When you show them something that requires faith and that's big and looks impossible, they're just going to kind of poo-poo on your dreams, so to speak, and just, say that's not impossible. Who do you think you are that you could do that? Oh, you think you're better than me? All this kind of stuff. You're going to get all this negative feedback basically from people. And I just want to warn you that that's probably going to be coming, because if you're like me and you get excited about it, you want to go share it with people, and then you don't get the response from people that you think you would. And so you need to be prepared for that first and foremost. But let's talk about, at some point, you're going to need to share your vision. Okay, you're going to have to get it out there, because your vision, if you have a vision from God, it's going to be bigger than you. Okay, you can't do it all by yourself. You're going to have to share it. Okay, so first and foremost, be patient with it. Be patient in sharing that vision. Make sure you're sharing it with the right people, people who are going to encourage you and uplift you and say, hey, I'm going to come beside you and I'm going to help you fulfill that vision. Now, when you find those people, then you can start to share. Okay, so who are you going to share it with? So like I said, not for everybody. Who are you going to share it with? Probably some people that you're going to need to share your vision with. Your spouse, obviously. Your spouse needs to know, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. They can come alongside of you and you can work together as a team. You guys are supposed to help each other. And so your spouse is going to be one. Your kids at some point. You need to be sharing that vision with your kids, because we've talked about any vision from God is multi-generational. It's going to affect multiple generations. So you need to be sharing your vision with your kids. And luckily for kids believe, we're supposed to have faith like kids. So kids believe. You share the vision with your kids, they're going to believe you. Okay? And as you start walking out, especially when they're little, they will believe you. As they get older, they might get a little bit more pessimistic. But if you can get to them when they're younger, kids believe. Okay, that's one of the greatest things about kids. They have faith. They believe. You tell them something, they're going to believe it. And then finally, your team. So there might be groups of people that you're working with, people who are going to help you support that vision, and so you're going to have to share that vision with those people. Okay, so when you share that, one of the best pieces of advice I could give you is you got to share the vision, so you got to share it with the right people, number one. Avoid the negative people that are not going to be helping you support that vision. You need to avoid them. You need to share it with the right people. And number two, you need to give them free will. So you can't force this vision on them. So if it gets easy to get excited and you want to go do this thing, but then you try to force your vision and force your will on them, you have to give them the choice. You have to present it in such a way it says, hey, here's my vision. Here's where I'm trying to go, and I need help to get there. Would you be willing to come alongside of me and help me fulfill this vision? Okay? You have to present it in a way that gives them a choice, because if you just go in and you try to force it on them and say, hey, it's my way or the highway, you're going to create bitterness and resentment, and people are not going to want to follow you towards that vision. And if they do, even if they do help you with it, they're going to be bitter and resent you along the way. So you got to give them free will. You got to give them the ability to make a choice, and you got to give them the ability to contribute towards that as well. So people help to support what they help to create is a big principle that you need to understand too. Just the same, God does the same thing for us. He gives us the ability to choose to follow Him and to choose to follow His vision, okay? And He gives us the ability to help create along the way. So we need to mimic Him in these things. And so it's important that we do this with people. We need to, number one, share the vision with the right people. Okay, people that are going to help you build that vision and support it, not with everybody. And then number two, we need to give people, show them the vision, show them the picture, and allow them to come alongside of you willingly rather than trying to force them into it. And those are the two biggest things I've learned about sharing your vision. Again, I got more information on developing and finding your vision in my book, 7 Days with Jesus, and a little bit more on how to share your vision more effectively. But it's all in that book, 7 Days with Jesus. Check it out. It's available at 7dateswithjesus.com, or you can buy it on Amazon.